So now we'll continue with the excretory system in frog. So the elimination of nitrogenous waste is carried out by a well-developed excretory system. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, ureters, cloaca and urinary bladder. Okay. Now kidneys are compact, dark red and bean-like structure situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on both sides of the vertebral column. Each kidney is composed of several structural and functional units which are called uriniferous tubules or nephrons. Two ureters emerge from the kidneys in male frogs. The ureters act as urinogenital duct which opens into the cloaca. Okay. In females, the ureters and the oviduct open separately into the cloaca. This difference we also have in humans. The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum, which also opens into the cloaca. The frog excretes urea and thus is uricotelic animal. Excretory waste are carried by blood into the kidney where it is separated and excreted. Okay, so you can see here this is the urinogenital duct, common urinogenital duct. It opens into the cloaca. In female, we'll see that both the urinary duct and the both ducts, that is for urination and for the reproduction, both will be different. Okay. So the elimination of the nitrogenous waste is carried out by well-developed excretory system. In excretory system, we have what? We have pair of kidneys, ureters, cloaca and urinary bladder. Kidneys are compact, dark red and bean-like structures situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on both sides of the vertebral column. Each kidney is composed of several structural and functional units called uriniferous tubules or nephrons. Two ureters emerge from the kidney in male frogs. The ureters act as urinogenital duct which opens into the cloaca. In females, the ureters and the oviduct open separately into the cloaca. The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum which also opens into the cloaca. The frog excretes urea and thus is a uricotelic animal, and excretory waste are carried by blood into the kidney where it is separated and excreted. Okay. Now comes the control and coordination. The system of control and coordination is highly evolved in frog. Okay, it includes both neural system and the endocrine system. Now, what does the endocrine system do? The endocrine system, the chemical coordination of various organs of the body is achieved by hormones which are secreted by the endocrine glands. The prominent endocrine glands found in frog are pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal, pancreatic, adrenal and gonads. Now also there is coordination by the nervous system. So the nervous system is organized into a central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. Okay. So the system for control and coordination is highly evolved in frog. It includes both neural system and the endocrine system. The chemical coordination of various organs of the body is achieved by hormones which are secreted by the endocrine glands. The prominent endocrine glands found in frogs are the pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal gland, pancreatic islets of Langerhans and adrenals and gonads. Now the nervous system is organized into the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Central nervous system will have brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system will have the cranial and the spinal nerves, and autonomic nervous system will have sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. Now in control and coordination, the brain, when we come to the central nervous system, brain is enclosed in a bony structure which is called brain box, that is cranium. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain includes olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemisphere and unpaired diencephalon. The midbrain is characterized by the pair of optic lobes. Okay, you can see in the diagram. The medulla oblongata passes out through the foramen magnum and continues into the spinal cord, which is enclosed into the vertebral column. Okay. So the brain is enclosed in a bony structure called brain box, that is the cranium. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain includes olfactory lobes, you can see here olfactory lobes. Okay, then cerebral hemisphere, paired cerebral hemisphere and unpaired diencephalon. See here, pink color is the diencephalon. Hindbrain will consist of cerebellum. This is the cerebellum in the diagram. Okay, and medulla oblongata, and this medulla oblongata passes through the foramen magnum and it continues into the spinal cord, which is enclosed in the vertebral column. Now when we talk about the peripheral nervous system, cranial nerves and spinal nerves are present. Now cranial nerves, 10 pairs of cranial nerves originating from the brain of frog comes. Spinal nerves, 10 pairs of spinal nerves originating from the spinal cord of the frog come. And autonomic nervous system, it is a system of nerve fibers and ganglia which controls and coordinates the involuntary activities of the visceral organs. Okay, so now we come to the sense organ. Now frog have different types of sense organs, namely organs of touch, that is the sensory papillae, taste, that is the taste buds, smell, that is the nasal epithelium, vision, that is eyes, and hearing, that is tympanum with internal ears. Eyes and internal ears are well organized structures and rest are cellular aggregations around nerve endings. Eyes in frog are a pair of spherical structures situated in the orbit and skull. These are simple eyes possessing only one unit. External ear is absent in frogs and only tympanum can be seen externally. The ear is an organ of hearing as well as balancing. Okay, so have different types of sense organs. We saw eyes, ear, okay, and internal ears. Now comes the male reproductive system. Now male reproductive system consists of two testes attached to the kidneys, vasa efferentia and urinogenital duct, that is the copulatory organs, and are lacking. Okay, testes, they are elongated ovoid light yellow bodies attached to the upper body of the kidney by a double fold of peritoneum called mecorium. Each testes is a compact mass of coiled seminiferous tube. You can see in the diagram, here is the testes, this is the meconium. Okay, vasa efferentia, if we talk about, these are 10 to 12 fine tubules which connect the testes to the kidneys. Okay, they enter the kidney on the side and open into the Bidder's canal, and finally it communicates with the urinogenital tract. Now urinogenital tract, in main it is both a urinary as well as the sperm duct. Each duct runs posterior and opens into the cloaca. The cloaca is small median chamber that is used to pass fecal matter, urine and sperms to the exterior. Okay, now comes the female reproductive system. It consists of a pair of ovaries and oviducts, paired irregular shaped lobulated structures located near the kidneys but no connection to the kidneys. See here, you can see that this black one is the ovary. Each ovary contains innumerable dark round ova in different stages of the development. When ripe, the ova are shed into the body cavity, from where they move into the oviducts. Oviducts are paired long white glandular coiled tubes lying on either side of the body cavity. The posterior end of the ducts are broad and are called oviducts, which open dorsally into the cloaca. So these are the oviducts which will open dorsally into the cloaca. Okay, this is the cloaca. Eggs are temporarily stored in the ovisacs, and a mature female frog can lay 2,500 to 3,000 ova at a time. Okay, so here we saw what? We saw the excretory system, where a pair of kidneys, ureters, cloaca and urinary bladder were there. We saw uriniferous tubule, that is the fundamental unit for excretion, that is nephron. We saw urinogenital duct. Okay, also we saw the in control and coordination, the endocrine system, the nervous system. In nervous system we saw the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. In control and coordination we saw about things about brain and the organization of the brain, we saw peripheral nervous system, which is made up of 10 pairs of cranial and spinal nerves. Autonomic nervous system. Then we saw the control and coordination occurs with the help of various organs. Okay, we also saw the control and coordination occurs with the help of the neural system and the endocrine system. Okay, we saw specific sense organs which are there for the control and coordination, and we saw the male reproductive system, which consists of testes, vasa efferentia, urinary tract, cloaca. Okay, we saw specific terms here like the meconium, okay, the Bidder's canal. You have to remember that cloaca, sperm duct, and several vasa efferentia. In female, we saw ovaries, oviduct, ova. Okay, and we saw that a mature female frog can lay 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. Okay, so you have to remember that this is talking about the time, that is a female mature frog can lay 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. So this was all about the excretory system, control and coordination in frog. Okay, I have tried to include maximum points in this. So if you want to learn from here, then also it's very good. Control and coordination and the reproductive system in male and reproductive system in female.